certainly the best.
To Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. That's what it's supposed to be. I there for Benin City, Edo State, South Nigeria. Anywhere you there for Nigeria, they watch us online for Facebook, for YouTube, for TikTok. We must continue to thank you for the time in attending they watch us. So, however, when there is life, there is hope. You know, say, like some months ago when I visit this Central Park, drivers they complain say they know they see work. But Edo State government now, they don't answer us. They don't drive everybody when they load anyhow for inside the ring road. For Ted Joshua and Ibn Mel of they come the Central Park. But make I enter, make I see CRCB because they don't agree to Oga. Agree to.
That's my RTV one.
Central Park.
We are so calm. We like it like this. Because of our passengers, so we need to go.
Everybody they come here now.
Yes, direct. Direct.
Never spray the bus. I don't know. How far I walk today now?
Well, we tell you
Central Park they flow.
in the flow, but the passenger not be the problem. They not give them go Central Park.
Passenger.
Passenger have a problem.
Okay, how you doing? How's the family?
Thank God.
How we go to know whether this one are clear Yaris now when they carry passengers?
This one is special one inside the Central Park, which Edo government designate for us as a cab.
How we go to know?
Because now only here it they take passenger come out, they go outside, they go stay. But we want Edo State government to help us, give us a sticker. We place on here. So when you see her, you go say this one a cab from Central Park, Edo State, Benin City.
Say, you know what spray on yellow and red?
I beg with the beg am. Make it no spray am so that if they go bank, government house and airport, many places, may give us that big sticker we not can put. When anybody see her, taxing from Central
Ministry of Transport, show na the yellow. How far? No, yeah, you dey come from Central Park, no passenger.
Passenger not there now. What do we want to do? We know if we stay inside here now for hours before turn go reach our body. If we there now 3-4 hours, we'll sleep, wake up before we go load one.
Now, if I tell me say Central Park not the flow, no, government don't clear everybody now to come.
But nobody they come now.
Passenger.
Passenger not they come. Passenger not they feel they wait. Now
you say whether they don't they arrest some of the passengers now. Passenger
another thing
for ring road or put her for mobile court.
Another thing I have to contribute. The patrol team, they should only be inside the ring road to patrol, no patrol inside the lane, because inside the lane not be in the center. Now inside the road now the center. Not be said they go follow secretary, go follow Loton, go they come outside, go they follow those sharp corner. Wait they monitor all the old bus drivers they go. Not be in they send them. Now inside the road they send them.
Why you not go carry passenger come out?
Hey, Don General.
Your bus don't full now. It don't they flow now.
No flow anything.
Central Park now don't they flow.
No flow.
Why they flow?
Many allow them follow that side, they enter the shining road.
Okay.
The other side.
So when you know so now.
You not go fit they come up from Central Park your bus now. You not full. Your bus not full. No passenger.
You know me now. We go find passenger for road now. Go find passenger for road now. And that one matter. Not be everybody. Now old man they work for Central Park now.
You know if they come up for Central Park without saying you not carry passenger. Passenger not there.
You know they see them again. No. Now inside the go there already talk. If they come now, they come for.
Government don't drive all the bus for inside ring road. Government don't drive all the bus no more.
Now the passenger not the hear word. It is inside Central Park or float and go. They say inside the go for here come and not see passenger come here. If any bus will go inside the road, they go arrest the driver, arrest the passenger. The passenger will not say motor not they go inside the road.
Okay, maybe they arrest the bus and the passenger.
Yes.
They don't they do them. They do mobile court now.
Okay, sir.
How you go they come up from Central Park your bus no passenger?
Central Park the passenger not the Central Park now. We dey carry from that side the come here now. We not the stay for park here now. So why you not to the road again like that now?
This thing surprise me. This thing surprise me. Okay, you dey come up from Central Park no passenger?
No passenger, no passenger. All you people say that they carry along the what they call them inside ring road, the suburbs.
They don't clear inside ring road. Passengers are coming to Central Park now. This one don't still full. It don't they move now. That's what we want. Passenger too, because right now any passenger when government cash for Ring Road, when one job enter bus, now mobile call to them, don't they arrest so many passengers. So if you be passenger now, now Central Park you can enter your motor. Well done, no. They are loading. Passengers are coming. Well done, sir. How you doing? How is your head?
Fine.
You dey check off from Ring Road, come enter here, so.
Yeah.
You don't see bus enter for there now.
No.
The government say everybody should come to Central Park and enter. You're the rush. You're the rush. As the last time I come here, when I say you're not the rush.
No, the rush. If you look the passenger now, passenger program, see here. We don't happy, we dey happy. If they rush.
Passenger.
Wetin you dey talk?
I dey
Explain
try
am well, may I understand.
Wetin I dey try to tell you say government don say make una no go dey enter for Ring Road again. If una wan enter bus, una dey come Central Park.
Mo dey come park.
Yes na.
What if you carry heavy load? How will take one?
Wheelbarrow dey there wey go carry am.
If you no come see wheelbarrow, every time you go dey see wheelbarrow.
Take am all with the clean well. I don't give you that.
Na you na talk say Central Park no dey flow. Government now don shut down Ring Road now.
We go walk where.
You know why? You know why you know the flow be this? The tax also they bring come where they help so. They get their own motor where they go inside and go where they load. Tax force.
They get proof to that.
Yes. They say that they work there. Here they move. Which person they come? No person they come here. So government don't start. But they never do the work well. Like Siloko Road. Until you go stop Aja from here, go reach faith in God. Before you go move. So what they do now, just now Procon they never do work.
But since yesterday, passengers they come.
Not with that one. Until the governor goes direct the commissioner of police, make it remove all this before it go stop.
However, okay, come on for my eye. However, we don't see I'm saying government need to create more parks. As this Central Park there, so we need to get for Kobahi, we need to get for Upper, we need to get for Ekenwa Road, we need to get for Ogida. As here big so. Make government do small park so that it go fit satisfy everybody. But we just monitor the situation because for the past 2 weeks as we cry, government answer us. Government don't send the tax force say they don't want to see any commercial bus or car load for King Square, load for all this junction will be saying that the cost go slow. They say make all of them come inside the Central Park. Then to you will be the passenger. Passenger, listen to me now. So they talk to you now. You go see now when I go soon show them now. So many passengers now that they face mobile courts. So many passengers now they face mobile court now. If they catch any passenger when like to want enter for Ring Road, now mobile court oh, I don't tell you oh. Passengers don't they come? I said passengers don't they come?
Never they come, we never said.
Now talk say no they happen. Passengers don't they come?
Never they come.
Government don't drive every bus with the Ring Road.
Yeah, we dey see am, but passenger never they come. Maybe na small.
I come here.
Baba, where to tell you?
I never know.
Okay, you know if you talk like that.
Why?
You know if you talk like that.
You see, we sit down, we carry phone within. He walk there, we go sit down till they wash food.
I said they don't. Passengers now don't they come now?
Make they come. We want see.
Which
na
road be
today.
this?
Na the Ruse.
Waiting they happen.
It is sleep. You just sleep. Okay, you don't fit talk like that. Governor don't drive all the bus for Ring Road, make passenger they come Central Park or they enter bus auto.
And as it dey now, you know na sleep at the sleep.
Why you go to sleep?
Why I not go sleep? Passenger not there.
How many trips you don't do now?
This I never go one.
Okay, not talk like that. Na America you dey load? Na Cameroon you dey load?
No.
Na Ghana you dey load?
No.
How you say you never go one
I
trip?
never go. When I come around 8 o'clock, I dey here this morning. Now my first trip now I won't go load soon. I never load. By the time we reach out, woman go dey draw you money. No try say no work. They know they believe.
Government don't stop all those inside Ring Road. Now passengers they come inside Central Park.
But okay, you see okay. Let me sleep at the sleep when you come meet me so. Not be small oh.
I been at Ghana you dey load?
No. Na Eruse here they go.
Eruse?
Eruse here.
People they stay for that area.
Even this rainy season, water go take over everywhere.
For Eruse?
For Eruse, not be small.
Because I come surprise a mature man like you, they sleep.
What thing I go do? And now if you just stay for house.
Any passenger wey go enter bus for Ring Road na mobile cut o. Government don dey carry una go mobile cut o, so that this papa now dey sleep. Okay. Hello. I don suffer, no be small. Upon say I get sense. Poverty no good at all. Oh. Now he make I join this business.
God go bless Okpebo one because overtime they worry am. You already win.
I don't tell you. No, what you do now because now complain say
yeah. No waiting before. No worry you know what we driver we thank God put for one. The government wey me don see for one if na before Agbewu go dey disturb us but see here na Agbewu dey work for inside the globe o.
But they don't stop them now.
They don stop them but not be all of them don stop. God go bless Okpebo for that one. Number two, me I go come here I go dey sleep o but now I don go one come o. Now the second one I say God go don bless her. He go win o. He go win.
Election never reach now.
Even they never reach don vote am.
You say
do me don vote am.
Now you know why drivers dey happy for the past like 3 months now. Those state government, local government, and the transport union they never collect any money from una.
We never experienced that before.
Wetin dey happen? Wetin dey happen? Wetin dey happen? Our market dey run. Our market dey run.
Correct. Fine. Those state task force are there for Ebo Street. The passengers know they like go Central Park. The passengers prefer to stop anyhow. Now so I do color B, red and yellow. Yeah, we are there the last Central Park. What's happen?
Not be our fault o. Not be our fault. And the way things dey be.
Passengers will not see them for Central Park.
Passengers no dey go inside Central Park. And inside Central Park, e go dey congested. Dey congested o. If I want to go inside that place, e go hard. Now just to maintain things, make things dey go on smoothly. Make the clear road simple. If not, how many motor dey only Ekewan road?
As I go Central Park now, they say make I come Ebo Street.
Okay.
So na here they happen now.
Okay, if you reach Central Park, when you reach there, no say as motor full am. Me where they come now, where I go enter, e no go dey. Space no dey like that.
You don't go like 4 trips today now.
For where? This is my second trip o.
I like your color. You need spray.
I need this spray because me not to say I no be obedient servant.
Yes,
I be obedient servant too. Na him concern.
As for governor never collect ticket money for you from the past 3 months.
Governor try for that one. He dey do better work. And as he dey do and dey go, make we dey see am. And so me see am reach o. Thank you very much.
Oh boy, your car stereo no be here o. Na screen.
How body? So yo.
Flow. Come on, sir. Kini bẹ shot o. Ewo! Sharp, I know say your shoe sprayer. Your shoe sprayer. Central Park. Go Central Park. Na woman driver. Go Central Park. Na woman driver. Go Central Park. Go Central Park. She said she don't want to show face.
I didn't see
I want to promote your music.
No. If our music I go stand, I'll stand top. But this one, no.
But listen, they use this one cash out. Can they support the music? But why you not go to load for Central Park?
I go there now.
Now these bus drivers, they don't get new corner when they pass Ebo Street. They go turn off for back of Aye, they come pass Ebo Street. Bus drivers say that they worry them. Afa.
Oh man, no be lie, they worry us well. You know see where the way we take the turn now.
They say they don't want to see you for a siren road.
Wetin come happen now?
Go to Central Park. Passengers is there.
Wetin come happen now? Wetin happen now? We don't want to see us now.
For siren road.
Wetin we do now? We no hustle, we no shop.
People when they Central Park now they see walk.
Oh, so mo no shop again now.
This attire you pa.
Okay, just take us for the monitor. Come, where are for see Oga Neto? First Bank. Okay, now go meet her. Come on, they go. Okay. Agree to. Where does that? Not be Central Park all of them are supposed to be revised. Not be Central Park is supposed to drop the passenger.
What's new? Where's the way?
Oh, everywhere don't clear.
Let me small. Now the exercise we did today.
Everywhere don't clear.
Now we all day. To make sure that we go Central Park. Now we all day now.
When they pass the same post to them.
Yeah. Now make us give the last one in now. When they pass here. As they come for Siloko Road, Central Park, if they come for Ekama Road, Central Park, the reason why they follow you now from tomorrow now, we start to take action. So now one we they give you now, all of them they go Central Park.
Why you not go they carry passenger and discharge passenger for Central Park?
The thing the Central Park will control all of us finish.
When you want to spray this bus?
No, me. I'll spray her next week. Next week, now I'll spray her.
What's new? Okay, una arrest this one. Una arrest them.
All of them not they don't go Central Park. They don't go Central Park. With the park all of them they go F office now. Who know your word? You see the park that they go there.
My back cut.
It's dirty. It's dirty.
Why you not carry passenger? Drop passenger for Central Park. Why you?
Tire my brother. Wetin they do us? We no understand though. Government won't turn all of us are not understand where we won't go. As it is right now, as come up for as man for put food for table. I no feel load for ring road. I no feel the shard. They all the portions up and down. I all the chop because I no get power to talk.
When you want spread this bus? When you want?
I go spray. No be money until I spray. Muna give me money, man. Tell spray. Muna allow us to work first.
Now Central Park be this.
I agree with you.
Now Central Park be this.
What's that?
Why you not carry passenger and drop passenger for Central Park?
Sir?
Why you not carry your passenger and drop your
now
passenger?
From Ugbowa they come, so not be Central Park side that they go. Here now we will pass.
Ebo Street.
Ebo Street. This one
Ebo Street.
Don't general.
That be the new route.
No, not be new route. This one are from Ugbowa will they come. Don't general.
Spray your bus, oh. Spray your bus, oh. Welcome. Welcome, bros. Government say they don't tire for those yama for it.
In short, it's good that they clear and so. Because nowhere to pass again. They don't park for road, they load. I say they clear and so me I like them.
And government say if they catch any passenger wey enter motor for siren road, go face mobile court.
Na so, it's good.
Where you dey go now?
Me, I dey go.
Agree to. Wetin happen? Wetin happen? No, wetin happen? Wetin happen?
Okay, wetin dey happen?
Na your motor be this. Come.
Na my motor.
You not supposed load here. And you not supposed drop passenger here. You supposed go to Central Park. Wetin be the challenge wey you dey face?
Because Central Park e no dey enough for the vehicle.
Okay, pass.
Even vehicle wey dey inside. Vehicle wey dey inside Central Park e no contain them. Wey fit dey o, e no contain them. Talk like say the whole vehicle wan enter inside, e no contain them. And one thing I want to tell our government be say, no be say.
No, you want to talk to the governor.
Yes, now.
He dey hear you.
Your Excellency, sir, Okpewolo, I respect everything that you have been doing because you have been doing great. With Denko Idahosa, Denko, you can see me frank, you know me very well. One thing I want to say is that
Speak pidgin English.
Okay, one thing I want to talk be say, anytime any government where they come, they send Agberu where they use where they collect money before. Now all of them want force to be the control driver.
Task force.
They want the control driver. Oh God, gutter dirty with all employ people now. They're going to work gutter. I mean they clear gutter now. Enter go road now. Everywhere dirty now. Go get up like where not dirty. This is our job. You give all these people now. Why they put everything on driver? What do you do then? Not be to carry passenger as you dey go outside. We don't carry you.
But not enter your bus for a side ring road.
And no be inside ring road matter. As we dey here, no be inside ring road. Inside ring road na that straight road. Here na Ebo Street.
I don't hear your message.
However,
those state government through the Ministry of Transport, they need to plan other parks, small parks. That central park now fit contain everybody. Get park for Kobai, park for Ikawa Road, small park. His Excellency, Senator Monday Pawolo, and that's what you go do now. That central park now go contain all of them. Build other small mini park, so that Kobai go get mini park. Okay, now I don't know why bus they pass here. Okay, now the information be say that na the King Square. Any bus where they come from this side, you pass here to Central Park. Okay, now I understand. They block this junction so that all the buses where they come, they'll go Central Park. They know they pass here entire ring road. Okay, excuse me. Spray your bus, oh. However, while these buses they pass here, government don't say no more bus go enter inside that ring road, drop passenger or pick passenger. As they come here now to the Central Park, but they know they enter Central Park. Oh, they go pass back Havaye. Some say the Central Park don't full. That's why we go let the Edo State government know. We need to have more parks, more small parks.
In our Edo State government, if they try, not be say no they try.
Also, waiting they happen.
Thank you. Call clear. Are they with the Oga for Edo State Tax Force, Oga and Neto? Who they follow and they patrol everywhere? Boss, I got tired. If you come out, they go come. If you come, they go come out. Okay, come this side. Waiting, Edo bus drivers need to know concerning this inside the ring road. Inside the ring road, what will be the message what they want to know, and what will be the laws what they in place?
Right now, we don't tell them. May they come on here. See Central Park here, very close. Those where they come low for here, it affect those where they go to Central Park. Come like say those where they Central Park, they don't know what they do. Those ones they obey the government law. This ones know they obey the government law, and it's affecting those that obey the government law. That's why we come and say no. We have to put a stop to it. Everybody should go to Central Park. Make everybody the.
In case you watch us online for ITV for Facebook, I deal with the commandant Edo State Tax Force in work where Edo State government give them now to make sure say all the center cities they clear. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
Passengers too they cause problem.
Passengers are no even worse pass. But yesterday the commissioner for transport don't give order say boss when we they hold the passenger joiner. By the time passenger here say we dey arrest passenger, that one will sign a strong warning to them and they will now they go park, go the enter bus.
So this enforcement now, it don't start yesterday.
Yeah,
when it won't end?
This enforcement no go end until these people begin to listen to us. So it no go end. We will continue like this.
Also, waiting they happen.
ITV, certainly the best. In the evening of the initiation day, all the newly initiated Edion danced to the residents of the Odion Way and also visited some homes of the various senior elders, where Chief Elder Ogbedo Onwonse was very conspicuous, especially at the country home of Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osaro Igbenedion with his family on the night of the initiation. On the following morning, as part of the rite to be performed by the newly initiated Edion in Okada town, the initiates, led by Chief Elder Ogbedo Onwonse, visited the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osaro Igbenedion, at his Okada country home residence to pay homage and appreciate him for all he has done in the development of the community, which has placed Okada in world map. They also thanked him for his role in the success of their ceremony. They commended the Esama of Benin as a custodian of Benin cultural heritage and for revitalizing the age-long tradition of the age-grade ceremony.
Joining us today on the program, Woman to Woman, I'm Adesu Walsawagie. It seems like I'm alone today, but not really. I'm going to be joined by Favor Aniye Omorege via Zoom today. And today on Woman to Woman, we want to look at something that is very pressing. It's very important. You know, in those days, marriages used to last like 50 years. 60 years and still counting. But these days, marriages don't last anymore. Why? Because some men have said that it is due to lack of respect, that their women do not respect them. And so they cannot be in a marriage where the woman does not have respect for them. So today we want to look at building strong family relationship through mutual respect, all right? Respect for the man, respect for the woman. So ordinarily, respect should be a two-way traffic, not a one-way traffic. Only the woman is just giving the respect, and the man is not doing anything. Some men feel that it is their birthright to be respected, but you need to earn it. You have to earn it. You are in a relationship with a woman, and both of you have become one. You are now equal. Yes, you are equal. All right? If you give the woman a bit of respect, the woman will respect you too. But when you move from street to street, house to house, you know, choosing side chicks or befriending girls everywhere you go to, you think your wife will respect you? No way now. You cannot get such respect. So you have to earn it. You have to behave like the man that you're supposed to be to earn it. So Favor is going to be joining me for us to discuss some salient topics or some points that would make relationships stronger so that marriages will last long. Because when there is a divorce, it is the children that usually suffers, particularly when the children are young. They suffer a lot. Some stepmothers are from another world. They are from another world, because when you see some stepmothers act, honestly, you don't need to look for Lucifer when you see some stepmothers behave. I tell you. So if you don't want your children to suffer in the hands of such stepmothers, you need to, as a matter of urgency, do something to make your marriage work. All right? So we'll take a short break now. When we come back, Favor Eniye Omarege will be joining us to talk about this issue of building strong relationship in marriage. We'll take a break now.
ITV. ITV, certainly the best.
So thank you once again for joining us on the program, Woman to Woman. So, Favor, good afternoon.
Oh, my sister, how's everything today?
Okay, thank you for joining us today on the program, Woman to Woman. So we want to look at some of the things that will help us build strong family relationship through mutual respect, because some men, actually I got calls, not from one, not from two, not from three, from several men on Woman to Woman radio version to say that they love their wives, but they cannot keep up with staying with their wives. They want a divorce. How can they go about it and all of that? Because the kind of respect that they want, they are not getting it from their wives. And so no man wants to stay with a woman who also nags from morning till night, right? So let me start by asking you this question. What does respect mean to you in a family context? What does respect mean in a family setting?
Respect in a family setting means honoring one another. Respect ideally is supposed to be a mutual activity that occurs between couples or between members of a particular family. It's giving people opportunity to have their boundaries, respecting the boundaries of your spouses while honoring whom they are. Irrespective of how familiar you are with your spouse, it's expected that respect goes beyond our regular greetings. It's what we do, how we act, how we relate. Everything that we do in words, in thoughts, in action. That's what respect usually entails in a family. It goes beyond just serving food, just greeting in the morning, greeting in the noon, and all of that. Respect in a marriage or family setting is an activity that members of a family couple this time around engage in. It has to do with honoring the personality, the person that you are with as a woman, honoring the person that you are with, honoring him, you know, as as your Prince Charming, let me use that word. All right. So it's not talking down on your spouses and joining this feminism stuff. That's not what respect is. Loving your spouse the way he is. Accepting him, accepting his weaknesses and his strength. That is respect.
So now, why do you think women disrespect men? Or why do you think wives disrespect their husbands?
A lot of things can make wives to disrespect their spouses. Even, though some of these things are not supposed to be, but in our present day, we discover that women, it can be due to our society, what the societal values, the way they are now looking at men. It can be due to the capability of the men in terms of their financial and economical strength. Okay, it can also be a character problem from the women themselves. A lot of things can make women disrespect their spouses. When there's lack of love and unity in a home, it can make the woman to disrespect a man.
Okay, so what do you think, how do you think a woman can cope with a man who brings out the worst in her? There are some women, ordinarily they are good women, they are calm women, but when they marry to some kind of man, you see the other side of that woman. She's not even happy with herself, and then she brings out all of those bad things in her. So how can a woman cope with a man who gives her all of the stress?
The first thing she has to do for herself is to love herself. Love herself enough to create boundaries where no matter what her husband does, it doesn't break through that boundary, that barrier of protection. The truth of the matter is, you are whom you are. When you respond, the way you respond to pressure, the way you respond to negative activities or occurrences, that's actually your true person. If you are saying that this woman was good, but it's the man that is bringing out the bad in her, that's to say she's bad. The man is only the pressure that she's getting from her man.
There was this time somebody called me to say that he wants advice because he wants to divorce his wife. The wife does not respect him. The wife does this, the wife does that. And then in the course of interviewing the man, it was discovered that the man was doing so many things wrong, believing that he's right because he's a man. He sees nothing wrong in having side chicks, and then he has this way of rubbing it in his wife's face, as in, am I the only one doing it? And you want the woman to respect you. Are there not men who are enjoying themselves, who have 3, 4, 5 girlfriends and all of that? And you're saying that to your wife. And the man believes that is a normal thing because that is what the line of discussion is where he works. He said they talk about it freely. And some of them even claim that their wives knows and even knows their girlfriends and all of that. And you think it's every woman that can take that. Oh God, no. I don't know if you're watching this program today, all right? So, like they say, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. So you have to be careful the way you treat your wife. You don't flaunt your side chicks in front of your wife, okay? And if you want to respect, you act like one, like you really deserve it. You don't force it. You earn it. All right? I'm a woman, and a woman respects men who are capable. Yes, I tell you for free. And even when the man does not have, and you're showing some level of understanding, some level of humility, some level of love to that woman, the woman does not really mind. It's not difficult to satisfy a woman, particularly your wife. Your wife can go any length with you, I tell you. It is your girlfriend who will drop you halfway if there's a problem, but with your wife will go any length with you to make things work. Yes, she will suffer with you. She will go through the rank and files with you. But you see your babe, she will drop you halfway when problem arises. Let your finance drop a bit. She will leave you. Fall sick and see who stays by your side. It's your wife. But that other girl will not stay. And some will say, okay, my wife does not have time. She does this, she does that. She does not look as cute as she used to be. How can she look as cute as she used to be? She takes care of the kids, she works, she does house chores, she does quite a number of things at the same time. While the one you're going to meet outside knows that you're going to come, she'll not get anything that she's doing. She's only waiting for you. Of course, she will look her best to keep you under wraps. She will. But give her a little test of life, and she will run. So, hello, Favor. I don't know if Favor is connected back to me now. Favor, are you with me now?
I'm here with you.
Hello, Favor.
I'm here.
Is Favor with me now?
Very well.
Okay, Favor. Sorry about that loss of audio there. So, what do you think husband and wife can do to connect, to have respect for themselves? Because nowadays, things just go haywire. The man is on this side, the woman is on this side. They are not connecting. A man and woman may be at home together, and you will hear them say, "Hey, Junior, tell your mother I don't want to eat vegetable soup. I want to eat ogbolo." That is the man that is still eating at home, or some of them will not eat again. You know, so how do we marry them together again so that there will be good communication between the husband and wife, and that in turn will breed respect?
I think couples should do everything to keep their communication line effective. No matter how bad your spouse hurts you, please and please don't shut down communication. It's very important. You must continue to talk to yourselves. They should find time out, take time out. And, sometimes this love that we're talking about, it needs to be refreshed too. Couples, they are very good at giving to children, giving to their family, but they don't give to their marriage. They should find time and invest into their marriage, find a time to sit together, talk about their worries, talk about their pains together as lovers, and then rekindle the love fire like it was while they were dating or some courting. They shouldn't allow that wind of love, that fire of love in their marriage to die. They should not stop talking. They should talk together in love. You discover that one of the reasons why couples shout for one another is because they can be there together physically, but they are emotionally detached. So when a man and a woman is emotionally detached, you hear them screaming.
In most families, in most homes today, I dare say, there is the presence of husband, there is the presence of wife, but they are emotionally disconnected, they are spiritually disconnected, they are financially disconnected, they are socially disconnected. In fact, they are just disconnected. They live together like roommates now, or housemates as the case may be. They sleep in different rooms. So how can they come together?
One of the ways they can come together is by forgiving themselves. From their heart, they should forgive. They should forgive themselves and look at where the issues, and again, in forgiving themselves, they have to do away with fault finding. And you cause this, you cause that is not necessary. At the time they start looking at who is at fault or who is not at fault, that problem will not be solved. So they should do away with fault finding, accept. If the man accepts that he is wrong, the woman accepts that she's wrong, and then they are both on the same page, they forgive themselves, it's easy to come together again and move ahead. By the time they keep finding fault, it's your fault that this, it's your fault that, it may never work again. So for that man, for that woman that is emotionally, physically, and spiritually detached from the spouse, that marriage can work again. That marriage can come back together again. They must first win the battle in their minds by agreeing that it will work. If you agree in your mind that it will work, then all activities that you do is just towards making that marriage, making that relationship to work. All right? So it's for them to, look for that.
How does this respect in marriage affect the children?
A lot of ways. The children, it can affect their academic work. Academically, these children that used to be very sharp in school, you see them, they start going academically. Then emotionally, you see these children coming up with disorders, mental disorders. They start feeling depressed, unnecessary anxiety, these children will not be able to move along with their peers. Children that were supposed to be very lovely and friendly, they get to school and become bullies because that's what they see their parents do, always fighting. All right. So, and on the long run, the parents will lose. Some of these children, because they cannot cope any longer with what their parents do, then you see them going into suicidal attempts and all of that. And it's not healthy at all. No child wants to see their parents fighting. No child is happy to see their parents always quarreling. It's really those ones that are very good at, using their children as baits. Some parents use their children as baits. This one will use, because the father offends the wife, she gets to the children. Because the man offends, the woman offends the man, it gets back to the children. No. We're not helping these children. We are not helping them. Please and please, parents, let's consider our children when we're making certain negative decisions so that we will learn to do things right. It will help our families to grow better and become even more united. And God will bless us too for doing the right thing.
Okay, Favor, you know that there are some men who would rather do for an outsider than their wives. I don't know why it's like that. There are men who would never ever spend money on their wives. They won't give, they will not spend, they won't buy, they won't do anything for their wives. And that woman is supposed to be your wife. I don't understand. What did the woman do now?
It's just painful, honestly, very painful. We have a lot of them. Benin, we call them Adazoe. They are kingmakers outside, but in their own homes, not at all.
Role of praising your wife, validating your wife. You know that there are some men, no matter what their wives wear, no matter what their wives do, there is never a word like thank you. Even when the wife will use their money to do things in the house, there's no say, no thank you. No, oh, you look so good today. No, how, baby, you look fine. You know that kind of thing. Oh, this dress is nice. Oh, no, I don't like this dress. Validation from your husband. What is the role of validation or being praised or being honored or being adored? What does it do to a woman? Because you're in the medical field. What does it do to the psychology of a woman? I just want to know.
When you do that to a woman, you are making a world, you are building an empire. Inshallah, as you were saying it, I was just smiling as though you were saying them to me. And, there's this hormone in my system that's just been released, and I'm feeling very happy like you were talking to me. When you validate your wife, when you tell her sweet, beautiful words, she can go at any length to make your life comfortable for you. So I don't beg our men, if you want your home to be peaceful, if you want to have children, lovely children, if you want things to go well in your home, just continue appreciating your wife. Look for an area of strength and continue to praise and magnify her strength over her weaknesses. You will have to do less things in the house. You have to even, she does not mind before your salary comes. She has finished spending her salary. She will even look for to join and assist you to the greatest end she wants to do. It makes the woman happy. It makes her healthier. It makes her strong for you and your family as a man. So please and please, let's validate our women. Your hair is fine. Oh, you look beautiful today. This is your earring. It's very fine, though, and all of that. Little words of affirmation has a way of getting to the woman's heart. All right. Okay. Oh, this place looks very clean. Oh, madam, it's like you mopped. Oh, that's why you are my wife. Things like that. It will not cost you anything to do as a man for your wife.
Favor. Thank you so much. All right, Favor, I said so much this afternoon. You want respect from your wife, not be so. There are little things you should do. Validate your wife. Praise her. Your wife gives you food, even if you are the one that provided the money. Thank her after eating. Praise the food. Praise your wife. But some men, they are in that school of comparison. Oh, you not see that one wife. You not see that one wife. And you're saying that to your wife. That means you're not ready to be respected, though. Something as small and as simple as just an apple or a piece of cake or something. You're coming back from work or wherever it is, and you bring one for your wife and say, babe, I just brought this for you. Do you know, to your wife is a very big thing. You don't. It's not until you buy a car or you buy your house before you're doing something. Just little things that you think are not important. Those are the things that are more important to the woman. And all of the respect that you want, you will get, okay? And then the children will be happy. And you also will be very happy and want to go home. Not the ones that will close from work and don't want to go home until like past midnight and all of that, all right? Do that little thing for your wife, and all of that respect you will get. And woman, you too, try, all right? Even if the man is trying to bring out the worst in you, try now. Just try, and then you'll be happy. And instead of resorting to domestic violence, you can actually go your separate ways, all right? If you do all of this, I'm sure we're going to build stronger and finer relationship in marriage. Thank you for watching. Do have a great day. Thank you, Favor, for doing me this favor.
Thank you very much. Thank you, I'm grateful.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
ITV. Certainly the best.
Omonomba Nedo Ukwakwalokmolo Ewai II, Oba of Benin, performing during the 2025 Ododua Festival. Ododua Festival is unique as it was organized in honor of Ioba Omoni Hwoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, as part of activities for her burial rites. The rich traditions and cultural heritage of the Benin Kingdom was showcased when His Royal Majesty Ewai II engaged the floor to perform during Uge Ododua in the palace ground in Benin City. In the dance performance, the Ogbelaka royal drummers supplied the needed impetus and rhythm for the dance. However, tributes are paid by the head of Benin deities to the monarch, who was the cynosure at the events. The event can best be imagined as the spiritual rejuvenation, stunned, spectaculars and guests at the colorful ceremony. 7 masquerades representing 7 spirits and deities conveyed different meaning in company with the head of the deities of Benin, with the Oba of Benin, who exhibited a grand cultural dexterity in his dance steps. This is Aqua Game, a popular game in Africa played by our ancestors to entertain themselves after each day of farming. It is also relevant in our coronation in Africa. It is a sport and indeed very interesting, as every seed had a role in the game. Playtime is 45 minutes per set. There is no age limit as long as you can spin.
ITV, certainly the best.
Alright, it's another lovely episode of your favorite rendezvous for men on television, and I'm talking about the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, reaching you live from the city of Benin. Yes, of course, it's always a pleasure to have you join us on this show, because on the Guys Hangout Show we have very important issues to discuss. Now, tonight is not going to be a different ball game, because we have something very, very important to talk about. And of course, I'm not alone. I've got someone in the house with whom I'm going to be doing justice to this topic. He goes by the name of Emmanuel Walter. Welcome on board, bro.
Thank you for having me this evening, Mr.
Thank you for doing me the honor of being on the show with me. We have a very pressing issue, something that is becoming a problem, or should I say a challenge in the society: the growing rate of crime and criminality among the youth in the society. If you take a look around you, there's always one, story or the other about crime. Okay, someone is either being robbed or being kidnapped, right? And it's something that has eaten so deep into the very fabrics of our society. Now, what do you think is responsible, for the growing rate of crime in our society?
A lot of things are responsible. A lot
First
of
all,
things.
say hi to the viewers out there.
Okay, good evening, good day, viewers. It's nice coming here today on Guys Hangout. We're all guys, we chill and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So back to what we're saying.
Yeah.
A lot of things spoil crimes. A lot of things trigger youths of these days to go into crime.
Okay.
But there are some major factors, you understand? Stuff like unemployment. The rate of unemployment in the country is very, very high, you understand? And you also see, if you check most of these criminals these days, but 80 to 90% of them, they came from what I would say single homes.
Single homes?
Yes, they were
single parents
home. They were trained by either a single father or a single mother.
Okay.
You understand? And drugs is another thing that fuel crime.
Okay.
Access to drugs. You imagine a 13-year-old kid or 12-year-old kid already having access
to drugs,
to
substances,
add substance like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So these things are part of things that fuels crime. You understand? Let's say for unemployment now, imagine someone who has not eaten, who has no job, he has no money to take care of basic needs like shelter, clothing, food, and all those stuffs like that. an idle mind is the devil workshop.
Yeah.
You get. So what comes to that person mind now? When he's alone, doing nothing, he's jobless, he's not mentally engaged. Stuff that comes to his mind that, how can I get this to achieve this? For you know, you start thinking, should I do ritual? Should I go and rob? You understand?
So what you're saying in essence is that to such a youth, crime is a means to an end.
Yes. Crime is like the last option.
The end justifies the means.
Yes. Crime is like the last option. Then drugs, you see a kid, 12-year-old kid, like I said earlier, having access to this illicit substance and start taking it. The next thing you see your friends, you can't fund that thing now because you're already addicted to it. You get, you're already addicted to it, and you need to fund, you need to keep taking it for you to keep moving. The next thing you are thinking is how to steal from your mother, or how to steal from your father, or how to just look for enemies just to get
just to be able to afford those
just
things.
to be able to afford.
Could that be the reason? Could that be because some of these substances don't come cheap? Some of them are expensive.
Yes.
Okay.
It's part of the cost because now everybody needs it, and in the market, if you look at the market today, most of the stuffs that are in high demand, then they are expensive. You get, they are expensive because the seller will tell you that you have no choice. You need it. You need that thing. You have no choice but to pay the amount. If they ever tell you 10,000 naira, you guys to pay the 10,000 naira.
Wow.
You get, because you yourself, you know that you need that thing. You know what that thing, the value it has for you. So that's the reason most of all these drugs, they come really, really expensive. And now coming expensive now, youths that don't have jobs, you get, that takes this substances,
yeah.
They tell you this thing now is 10,000 naira. You have no job.
How do
you can't even
afford
1,000 naira.
Yeah.
You don't have 1,000 naira on you. So how can you afford something of 10,000 naira? What comes to your mind? Stealing. You get?
Yeah.
Stealing comes to your mind. Or let's say, okay, you say kidnapping now. You want to, let's just run one street. Let me use it in their own terms.
Yes.
More your run something now. We go one or two. We go all put small change for pockets. The next thing, if we just do run this eat now, 1M for your come out, 100K for your come out. You get. To them is big money.
Yeah.
And in most cases, when they do that thing, they won't use the money for something
reasonable.
They'll squander that money on hard drugs.
Wow.
Get.
Okay, so what role does peer pressure in play in all of this? I'm sure you know what I mean by peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure plays a lot of role.
Okay.
For instance, now a child, because let me use myself as an example. I was brought up.
I'm asking this question because people say that evil communication. I think it's even scriptural.
Yes.
That evil communication corrupts good manners.
Yes, corrupts good manners. I was brought up by a single father. You get. I was brought up by a single father, so most times I'm always with my friends because my dad was never available.
Okay.
Was never around. So most times I'm always with my friends. So being with my friends, I want to do what they are doing. You get. Imagine in that scenario now, I see a friend, I have like 3 friends. 3 of them, they are smoking.
And you're in their midst.
And I'm in their midst. This, after I try this stuff, the other one, after I try it, within 2 to 3 weeks of associating with them, I'm already in it.
Especially since your dad is not around to
protect
you.
Caution me.
Caution you,
yes, I'm already in it. From taking cannabis or those stuffs, we are indulging in other activities, other more dangerous activities. For we start sleeping outside, coming home late at night, clubbing, from clubbing to we start growing. Let me just say we are growing in it, in bad activities, those activities, illegal activities. You get. So that is one of the peer pressure role that plays. Peer pressure, you want to do what your friends are doing. Let me give you another example. Let's say a kid now is in a society where he's not welcome at home. The house is scattered. You get. The house is scattered. So he finds solace outside. And the people he mingles with outside, they are the big boys, the big girls, and their means of income or their lifestyle is a wayward lifestyle, illegal means of income. You want to be like them, you want to feel among, to avoid criticism. You get, you want to be with them. That fear of they won't take you as their own.
You don't want to be left out.
You don't want to be left out. Thank you. That is one of the role peer pressure play.
Okay, let's talk about poverty in all of this. Poverty has been known, to be a major, should I say, driving force for crime and criminality. A lot of people that go into crime always, cite poverty as an excuse. Some of them will tell you, they can barely survive. Apart from them, unemployment is, closely linked
related to poverty.
But you see, beyond unemployment, some people are just poor. They are in abject poverty. And for them, crime and criminality is the only escape route.
The only escape route
from poverty. What do you make of that?
Yeah, poverty, unemployment, poverty, they are related. You get, but there are some set of people, they were born poor.
Okay.
They worked
so they
their
have
way
poor
out.
Background. Okay.
Yes, they came from poor background. They worked their way out of poverty through legal means.
Legal means.
Legal means.
So you're saying in essence is that you don't have to, take to crime or criminality to break out of poverty.
Break out of poverty, you don't have to. So those people that tell you because they are poor, they are just
looking for an excuse.
Looking for an excuse, or they are lazy people. Let me say they are lazy people. You get, they don't want to work hard. They don't want to go through the legal source. They want a quick, okay, now let's say social media. Someone who is poor, you and your classmates that went to the same school, was in the same class, good buddies, close friends, tight friends. You get, after school now, you're on social media, you're scrolling through Facebook, and next thing you see, that's your classmates, that was your very close buddy back then in school. Is doing well, is doing fine suddenly, and you're like, ow. You get,
and then you are probably not doing so well yourself.
You are not doing so well yourself. Two things: how you want to link up with that your friend, you get, or how you want to make your own self comfortable to be like that your friend.
Okay.
So that when next you guys see,
you can measure up.
You can measure up.
So you don't begin to feel less of the person in his presence.
Yes. You get. So now, when you are thinking those stuff, you are thinking what to do. In most cases, you are able to link up with that your friend. You start begging your friend, Omo, I want to use the local man language.
Okay.
Omo, I broke, I don't get money, life I do, I never parents, I never chop since money. You get, and now your friend like, Afa, bro, chill, okay, let me put you through, see what I'm doing. Let's say the friend is into illegal means, and it shows you, and you are desperate. Desperation is another thing.
Desperation.
Yes.
Now, before you throw more light on the desperation part, I would like us to go on this very important break. It's still the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome back. It's still the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, and tonight we're discussing the rising spate of crime and criminality in our society. And I've got Emmanuel Walters right here with me to discuss this. Now, before we went on that break, Emmanuel, you were talking about desperation as a factor, responsible for crime and criminality. Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, desperation is another thing that drives the mind of a youth.
Okay, so you're saying when a young person is desperate to succeed?
Yes. It can go any means. It can go any length. Just to make money. You want to drive that latest car, you want to wear that latest designer, you want to eat that fine girl in your streets. You get those things. You are desperate to do those things. That motive, you must do it by all means. Desire. You get. Now, you see your friend that it tells you that this is what I do to do it. You are desperate. You are thinking also, if I decide not to follow my friend advice, not to do what he's doing. You get the way my friend would say, look me. There's a way he's going to take me. He's not going to take me serious. You jump into it without thinking of the consequence. In most cases also, you just say, okay, let me just do it once. Once the money come, I will use the money, invest, I will use it and quit, you understand? But once, it's very sweet. You really enjoy the funds. You go again, and before you know, you are full-time. It's a full-time business for you. That's it.
Okay, so let's take a look at the government's role in all of this, because we can't talk crime and criminality without examining, the role, or should I say, the action or inaction of government, as regards this. So, what do you think the government isn't doing right?
A lot of things the government isn't doing right. I will say this in my terms. The youth are the symptoms. The government are the disease. You get? Because in many cases, I'll break it down for you. I'll give you 2 examples. Now, there's an election coming up. This government now, they want to rig election. The country system, the system of the country. They give arms and ammunition to these youths who are desperate to make money. They give them, they just put small change in their pockets. Okay, do this. Now, those youths, they have done what they were asked to do.
What they were paid to do.
What they were paid to do. The government forget about them. Imagine a young man who has a gun at home, that hasn't eaten, that hasn't paid his house rent. His wife and his kids, they are looking at him. You get?
Expecting so much
from him. And he has a gun under his bed. What do you think his next move will be? To go out in the night with that gun to rob. Another scenario again now. Okay, we were able to catch some criminals. What are we going to do with those criminals now? You dump them, you put them in prison. Let's say you caught an 18-year-old kid. You put him in prison. The prison cell that you kept him in, there's another adding criminal in that cell. What do you think is going to happen? You are just breeding
more criminals.
You get? You are breeding more criminals. That kid now coming out. Let's say you give him 1 year imprisonment. After 1 year, is in a cell with about 3 or 4 adding criminals. After 1 year, he comes out. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be way more worse than how he went in.
More deadly
than how he went in. You get? So governments, there are a lot of things they are not doing well. First, they should create jobs for the youth.
Okay.
It's one of the major things we keep talking about.
Because I was going to ask you what you think they should do right.
Yes. Jobs. They should create enough jobs for the youth. And we should also talk about rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation?
Yes. These kids, let's rehabilitate these kids. Let's put them.
Do you think we have the adequate facilities to make that happen in this part of the world?
We don't have. This is another place government should look into. You get? I think in some Western countries, most Western countries, we have prison for girls, prison for women.
Yeah, and then there are penitentiaries as well, especially in the US.
Yeah, prison for kids.
Yeah.
This prison, they don't just put those kids there for doing nothing, ad labor. No. They go to school, they are being taught, they have therapy classes.
They even have skills acquisition
centers in the prison. So after the 6 months, 1 year that they are spending in prison, when they come out, they have something doing. Their life is way more better than when they went in.
Okay.
You understand? They have something doing. They learned that the life they were living before is not the life they are supposed to be living. You get? So government should focus on rehabilitation and jobs.
Rehabilitation and jobs. Now, how effective is the criminal justice system in rehabilitating young people?
It's very, very poor. I don't think I've seen any...
Because we're still talking rehabilitation now.
I don't think I've seen any rehabilitation center in Nigeria. I don't think we have. If we have, please let me know. I don't think we have any. We just see a kid, we just dump them in prison, say he was an arm robber, he was this, he was that. Take him to Oko, take him to Kirikiri. He goes, serves his term, he comes out. What do? You just make that kid more angry. He's pissed with you for putting him there. He was trying to survive. He was looking for what to eat. You get?
Okay.
He was trying to survive. He was trying to make a living for his family. Trying to make his father or his mother proud of him, his younger sisters proud of him, before you put him there.
And this is not a justification for crime, though?
This is not the justification for crime. You get? You place him there now. He's thinking, if he comes out, how is he going? How is the family going to accept him?
Okay.
You get? Most cases, the family will accept him, okay, because he's their son and stuff. Most cases, they won't accept. Sometimes the child will be too ashamed to go home, relocate to another state, start another crime there again. Because the state you are going to, you know nobody.
Okay.
You are starting from square one.
It's a neutral place.
You understand? Now you are back to the same crime again.
So the circle continues.
The circle continues.
Okay. Now you talked about dysfunctional homes much earlier.
Yeah.
Right. The fact that some children are from dysfunctional homes.
Yeah.
There are children who were exposed to lots of violence as kids, right?
Yes.
Especially when they were still in their infant stage.
Yeah.
Right. They saw their parents, indulging in
different stuff.
Exactly, indulging in violence and all of that, and that in turn has shaped their mindset. How do you think this also contributes to crime and criminality?
They say there's this saying that they do say when I was growing up. Charity begins at home. Yet the father, the mother, they are the best teachers, way more better than those in the school, than the ones we meet in school. Now I see my father every morning smoking. In the evening, the same thing.
Okay.
The next day, the same thing, same routine.
Okay.
Every day. To me, it's a normal thing.
Okay.
It's good. Before you know, I'll start it. Maybe the one that my dad just kept somewhere carelessly. Let me try this thing and see how it is.
Experiment with it?
Yes, I want to experiment with it. And before you know, I'm in it. Let's say a scenario where a father is beating his wife. The man is beating his wife. The kid, the same thing, he grows with that mindset. He grows with that mindset, and the next thing is making his own relationship toxic. He's already beating his own wife because it was what his father saw. His father would tell him that you are a man, you need to control the house, you need to control your wife. Don't let your wife control you.
And that's his own way of controlling the home.
That is his own way of controlling the home. The kid will have that mentality that that's the right thing to do.
All right, quickly, before we call it a wrap on the show, right? What's your final word? What's your advice for young people out there who are already neck deep in crime and criminality? And of course, those who are also thinking of towing the same line, in less than a minute before we call it a wrap.
For those thinking of towing the same line, I would say there's no gain there. There's no gain there. I think we have to look for other ways. They have to look for other ways. Legal ways to survive, because most of the factors driving the major factor driving this thing, they want to survive.
Survival instinct.
Yes, survival instinct. So they have to look for other ways to survive, legal ways to survive. And the government, the family, the church, the society as a whole, the community as a whole, they have major role to play in this.
All right. I actually do wish we had more time on this show, but you've done justice to this topic, and I must say a very big thank you to you, Emmanuel Walters.
My pleasure.
For being on the show with me. It's been the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, and we'll be taking a look at the growing rate of crime and criminality amongst the youths in the society. Well, crime is a menace that needs to be stamped out of our society. Well, I think that responsibility doesn't just lie on the shoulder of one person, but it's something that we must all rise up, to stamp out of our society. And that responsibility must be taken up by, both the citizens and the government. And the bulk of the responsibility lies on the shoulders of the government. Well, it's been an amazing show so far. My name is Harry Igboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and bye for now.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best.
inclusive and accessible society for persons with disability, not just in Edo State, but in Nigeria at large, has not ended as far as Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disability, NAVID, is concerned. If you've been following this program for the longest, you realize that NAVID as an organization has been at the forefront of canvassing for a law that will protect the rights of persons with disability in Edo State. And NAVID is not satisfied. Now that Edo State has the law, NAVID has also ensured that they are partnering with the Edo State Disability Commission to ensure the effective implementation of the letter and spirit of the Edo State Disability Law. Joining me to talk on this, what NAVID is doing as far as partnering with the Edo State Disability Commission is concerned, is the ego himself, the face of disability advocacy, not just in Edo State, but in Nigeria at large. He needs no introduction, but I'll try and introduce him. Melody Omosa, Esquire, Executive Director, NAVID. Welcome to today's edition of Hitches and Voices.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley, and I'm glad to be here again in the set with you today.
All right, and our sign language interpreter for today is Goodluck Omusi. You know how we do it on this program. We practice what we preach, inclusion, and so we like to carry our deaf community as long as well. It's another very wonderful Friday afternoon to talk disability advocacy with you. I usually enjoy it because of your insight. We were on this program talking about the passage of the Edo State Disability Law that has been done, but NAVID seemed not to be satisfied. You embark on a project to assist the Edo State Disability Commission to come up with several frameworks, several documents to strengthen the implementation of the law. Can you give us an overview of what this project has been about?
All right, thank you very much, and I'm happy again, as I said, to be with you today doing this. You are right when you said it's been the push of NAVID to have a law that will protect the rights of persons with disabilities and ensure that they have a place in society as their counterparts without disabilities. Reason being that we do not want issue of persons with disabilities to be handled as a matter of charity or benevolence of any one individual. And of course, you know that in society, it is often opined that there is a social contract between the government and the people. Persons with disabilities are not ordinarily in that equation in the absence of a law that provides for and protects their rights. And so over time we were on that issue, and we are glad that about 4 years ago now a law came on stream in Edo State, and that law provides for a commission that will drive the implementation of the law. And even though the law was passed by the House of Assembly and assented to by the governor of Edo State, the commission that should drive the implementation was not immediately inaugurated, and so that became another advocacy pursuit for another 3 years before we saw a commission come on stream nearly a year ago. We are not done. It is not, the commission is not meant to be symbolic. Having a law and creating a commission, it was not just about crossing the T's and dotting the I's. It is about ensuring that the commission substantially enforces and implements the disability law as provided for. And we engaged the commission and discovered very quickly that there was the need to partner with the commission to strengthen the delivery capacity, as it were, of the commission to engage society and government. Even though it's an agency of government, it is meant to be, in its activity, to be regulatory and supervisory of the ministry, departments and agencies of government in delivering, permit me to use disability and dividends for persons with disability as provided for in the law. So that commission is strengthened and has the capacity to do just what the law provides for. Brought about a project that is called capacity building for justice sector provider in handling vulnerable group. That project was very hugely supported by the rule of law and anti-corruption program in Edo State. And between December and January 2025-2026, we worked on several projects, have workshops, have several activities to engage the commission and ensure that it is well positioned now to take on the task that the law has empowered it to so do.
Fantastic. Let's go through some of the activities during the course of those projects. I know you carried out several activities culminating to what happened yesterday, which was the accessibility of the Edo State Civil Service research. Can you let us in on that?
All right. The first activity we did under the project, the capacity building for justice sector providers in handling vulnerable group. The commission is a justice, as it were, sector provider, because the disability law is a disability right. It's about the right of persons with disability and ensuring that access to justice is democratized and making sure that persons with disability are able to access what the law provides for. One of the activities we carried out first was to develop with the commission, participating actively, a operational guide, operational manual, where standard operational protocols for the commission in-house work was developed. It was a 2-day workshop that we had between 9th and 10th of December 2025. At the end of the day, with the input of an expert who guided us through, a consultant expert who guided us through the process, participation of stakeholders, especially members of the commission and duty bearers, that operational manual was developed, and it's going to guide the commission in their day-to-day activity and running of the commission. We all then moved on this year on the 20th and to /22nd of January to develop a 3-year strategic plan for the commission. It's that you want to do something, but you must have a plan. Otherwise, wishes will be horses. And you know that if, like they say, if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. But we do not just want the commission to say, oh, we want to do. What exactly do you want to do? How do you want to go about what you want to do? Looking in the next 3 years, what are your plans? What are your strategies? Again, we sat together, and for 3 days we worked
with the commission,
with the commission members, the chairman, the other members of the commission, the ex-official members from the different line ministries of government, and staff of the commission, the consultant, members of NAVID, and other civil society
so everybody within the echo chain of the disability advocacy in Edo State was carried along in the entire process.
Yes, it was a participatory one. We sat down together and came up with a 3-year strategic plan. So the commission is clear as to what he wants to do between now and 2028. That strategic plan was further broken down into a 2026 work plan, where activities by activities, the commission has lined up what it wants to do between now and the end of the year. So a strategic plan was developed, and a work plan for 2026, the current year, was also developed. And you could see now that there are a lot of activities are beginning to come on stream, and we believe that once all of this is operationalized at the end of the year, persons with disability will be the better for it. And NAVID, as a partner in progress with the commission, would have been able to achieve some of the level of its advocacy. Don't forget that we pretty much occupied the space before the commission came on board. Yes. And now that we have a commission, we are so glad that there is a dedicated agency of government that will take on part of what we have been advocating for over time. So that happened. You mentioned the activity that happened just yesterday, the 19th of December. it was a validation.
No, not December.
19th of February. I mean to say, it was a validation of the research report on the accessibility of the Edo State Civil Service for employees and other persons with disabilities who have reason to visit the space. And again, we partner with the Edo State government in ensuring that this happened. A research, the Office of the Head of Service of the state approved, and a research was conducted across 7 MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies as a pilot to see where we are as with regards to the involvement, participation, and ability to deliver work as an employee with disability in the state. This is a baseline. The Commission actually needs this so that as it advocates for the inclusion of persons with disability in the workspace, he wants to be sure of what is on ground and are there gaps, needed to see if there are gaps and call on those gaps to be closed. So that report was presented by the researcher that carried out that research, and we sat down again and looked at it critically and made digested the recommendations and made our inputs.
But I would like to know, I mean, our viewers will be interested and listeners alike. Can you let us into some of the findings of the report when it comes to how accessible the Edo State Civil Service is or inclusive for persons with disability in the state? Can you let us into that report?
Interestingly, the research found out that there is improvement, and government has taken steps in ensuring that persons with disabilities are provided for in the workplace. For instance, the new State Secretariat building at Saple Road has elevators and ramps provided from design into the buildings, and so that issue of coming up with infrastructure, high-rise building without ramps and without elevator, government has been able to cross that by ensuring that it's in its secretariat that house majority of the civil and public servants in the state. There are provisions for that. So the research noted that even in the secretariat building, there are parking lots designed for persons with disabilities. There are places reserved alone for persons with disabilities to park in the secretariat building. The research pretty well identified that, and that in fact in one of the ministries assistive devices were provided for some of the employees to be able to do their work. But what the research also found out is that whereas there are structural provision for the inclusion of persons with disability in the state civil and public service, there is however functional exclusion of persons with disabilities. Structurally, those things are provided for. Functionally, it's a problem. The elevators sometimes are not optimal. They are not working at its utmost best because there is always the either one or two of the elevators not working. Issue of power outage that can also affect the working of the elevator. It's also there, and so the recommendation is that these things should not just be for decoration at all times. That elevator or lift that government has invested so hugely on to have should function, because there are persons with disability who daily need to make use of this. And for a fact, the report also found out that there are times persons with disabilities, especially those who uses the wheelchair or uses the clutches, are unable to access their office because of the non-functionality of those elevators. Yes.
Fantastic. You've done a research on the Edo State Civil Service. I'll be looking forward to a time where Navid will do a research to see what is happening in the private sector as well. Looking forward to that. But we'll go on a quick break now. We'll come back. Don't forget, our guest is Melody Omosa, Executive Director, NAVID, Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disability. We'll come back to talk some more. program is still Hitches and Voices on independent television and radio. I'd like to say a very big thank you to our listeners on radio as well. Don't forget we are broadcasting simultaneously on television and on independent radio. My guest is the Executive Director, Navid Melody Omosa, telling us about the partnership with the Edo State Disability Commission and all the activities they've done to create an enabling environment for the Commission to take off and implement the Edo State Disability Law. You talked about yesterday's event, which is like the hallmark of the whole project. But I know in the course of the project, you also carried out an activity which is centered around something people don't usually talk about. That is violence against, sexual violence against persons with disability. You organize a training for some critical stakeholders. Can you tell us about that?
All right, thank you. Part of the activity we carried out on building the capacity of justice sector provider was a one-day workshop in strengthening the work of the State Assault Referral Center, otherwise called the SAC Center, the State Assault Referral Center, where victims of sexual and gender-based violence report to. We needed to ensure that there was inclusive practice because unfortunately we've had reports of persons with disabilities becoming victims of violence and from some persons in society, and they needed to know where to go to, and if they go to the center, how inclusive are their practices? Are they able to take in and provide the care needed by these victims, survivors of SGBV, that are persons with disabilities? That became important, and it was an eye-opener even for NAVI that organized that project, and for the SAC staff also. They learned a lot about how persons with disabilities can be well handled. It is important that even data, before now, specific data as to the number of victims with disabilities that are reported was not documented, and we saw the need from that training that there need to be a disaggregated data so that patterns can be studied, and it's now possible to do advocacy that will help nip in the bud such occurrences, how persons with disability can even protect themselves not to fall victim of such. But by and large, that was what the training was about, and we just want to see that in every sphere and every system that have services to deliver to the people of Edo State, there are inclusive practices that persons with disability, when they access those centers, those services, those systems, are also accommodated and treated.
Now, you've carried out these various activities. You've tried your best to see how you can build the capacity of the Edo State Disability Commission. What is your expectation moving forward? What are your hopes in terms of seeing to the proper and effective implementation of the law?
Well, first I must say that the commission members, the chairman, members, and even the staff of the commission are very excited. They've expressed their gratitude not only to NAVID, but to the rule of law and anti-corruption that backed this project, supported by the European Union and the international idea. They are very grateful, and they've promised that, they've not just promised, they've told us that the programs that we carried out indeed is helpful. So my expectation is that in the short term we will begin to see some of these translate into actionable points for the commission. There is a 2026 work plan. We want to see how they implement that vis-a-vis availability of resources. For the first time, the commission now have a budget for 2026, and of course, given the items and the things the commission hope to achieve in 2026, the government budget alone will not get that done. So the commission will be reaching out to development partners and well-meaning individuals and corporate bodies to assist in carrying out those work plans. It is only when the commission is able to do what they are set up to do that the inclusion of persons with disability in society and them able to contribute adequately to the growth and development of society will be guaranteed. For instance, from the research, we've talking about the accessibility research on the state civils and public service. One of the findings of that research was that employees with disability are contributing very meaningfully to the development of the civil service. We have some of them at senior and managerial level of the service, and this is a research that interviewed permanent secretaries, directors, and also other staff of these different MDAs, and they are attested to the fact that persons with disabilities are contributing very well. So what we want to see is a community of persons with disabilities that are very useful to society. But for that to happen, they need to be given the level playing ground. And this is where the commission comes up to ensure that any form of barrier, anything that is capable of hindering people with disabilities for contributing maximally to the growth and development of society is taken away. So that's my expectation, that the commission will be effective given that they have been so empowered and capacitated by the trainings that have happened to deliver on their mandate.
All right, I want to ask this very quickly. You made mention of duty bearers and statutory members of the Disability Commission. How important are these duty bearers and statutory members? I want you to break it down. Who are these duty bearers? What role are they supposed to play in this entire process?
So the law that sets up the commission, for instance, has provide for a chairman and 3 members representing the 3 geographical zones, Edo Central, South, and Edo North. But also that they need to be representative on the governing council from different MDAs, and the law specifically mentioned 10 ministries and agencies of government that should have a representative on the governing council. What their role is to ensure that governance and disability inclusion happens in their different MDAs. So this is not just about knowing from the persons with disabilities or on the commission, also getting the input of government and those who are not persons with disability, seeing what is going to work, and both government and the persons with disability understanding themselves and meeting at a particular point to enforce inclusion of persons with disabilities. All
right, we look forward to such partnership, to such synergy. All is for the betterment of the community of persons with disability in Edo State. We also look forward to this conversation, the continuation of this conversation. I know that NABID is not stopping. There's more to be done. There's more to come. So this is a wrap on the program today, Hitches and Voices. My guest has been Melody Omosa Esquire, Executive Director, NABID. My name is Kingsley Okoje, and I'm saying spot the hitch and be a voice. Goodbye.
ITV, certainly the best.
Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Sultan rites of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Sultan, is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortal Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Immortal Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, the side Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to WIC, Women in Conversation. This is a table where women discuss issues that surround women, things that bothers us and things that makes us happy, things that gives us the privilege to continue to be the good mother that we should be and the good wife that we should be and a good person in the society. We talk about everything here. We talk about men because they also ask, why don't you discuss men? We do talk about men sometimes, but not always. It is a table for women where we converse and where we discuss. It's a pleasant being here with you this day. I mean, I have my women in the studio who are going to be discussing some of the topics with me today. As usual, I have on my left Ayo Ali, Ali Balogun. Yes, Ayo, you're welcome to the table.
Thank you for having me.
You are looking so amazing.
Thank you.
I keep stealing things from you. Don't worry, we'll talk about that. And of course, I have my fashionista in the house. We all know who she is. She is Princess Edith Madejimo. Edith, you're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You are looking so amazing, so dashing.
Thank you. Very true.
Well, very true.
Very true.
Thank you, Ayo.
Very true.
Thank you, Ayo.
I'm blushing.
Don't blush. Anyway, someone is.
So are you looking very good? Yeah, not
Thank
looking
you.
bad.
Thank you. But that's a guy behind the camera who is always here for us, who is also blushing and looking at Princess with some kind of eye saying she looks so pretty. Anyway, thank you ladies for coming on to this program. Okay, so we're just going to be going straight to this talk, and then it's a write-up from Stella Justice Wanya. She is a legal and a marriage counselor. Okay, so this is what she talked about. It's on DNA. I know we have talked about DNA on this table. I'm sure Ayo wasn't here when we talked about, but you were here. But this is a different dimension on the talk of DNA. And she says, if your husband threatens DNA tests on your children and you know there are his, let him do it. Once it comes out positive, go straight to a lawyer. File a civil claim for breach of trust and ask for 100 million compensation. Marriage is not a testing ground for suspicions. Let him test, let him confirm, but don't let him get away with breaking your trust. Case closed. I mean, this is so much. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, no, we need to talk about this. Do you agree with her, Abiodun?
I don't. I don't. Now, not about the DNA testing, but the aftermath of the DNA testing. Now,
okay, so asking for compensation of 100 million that's what you don't.
I don't agree to that. I mean, yes, marriage is a contract, but I mean, is it transactional? No. What led to the man wanting to have DNA in the first place? What led to it? That's like, if you really love the man and you really want your marriage, and you want to stay back in the marriage, you want to know what led to the suspicion in the first place. So to solve any problem, you need to have the root cause analyzed. There's a root cause analysis of any problem, you know. Now, having said that, you also want to go further to see if you can salvage a marriage. You would walk away if the feelings is dead. Why would he want a DNA? Does it have to do with my character? Does it have to do with my positioning? What led to that suspicion? Treat it if you want to keep your marriage. Now, so thereafter, is the father of the kids, whether or not, so let me bring another twist to the matter.
Okay.
In the Nigerian law, you know, for a few years now, there's been a lot of bohaha on DNA, this one, or a married woman carry this one. The Nigerian law says it, and I have lawyers who have educated me on this. A man and a woman got married. The woman falls pregnant for another man, whether found out through DNA or not. That child from that union belongs to the husband of that union.
The husband you married.
The man you married. Except the man states otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Except that's the law in Nigeria as at today. Now, why would the man want to do DNA? That brings us to character issue, trust issues. What led to it? Is the marriage done? If the marriage is done, then there's no need filing for, you just file for divorce and everybody moves on. You don't go and file for breach of trust and breach of rights to kiniko. I think you still stay in the same marriage. I don't think so.
It should not be heard.
Okay, it will not be healthy. But let me come to you. Now she's saying it is not right for her to have claimed money. But is it also right for the man to suspect her to the extent of wanting to do a DNA without discussing with her? Because I'm sure if there was a discussion on this, I don't think it would get to this extent of, go and do DNA. I don't trust you. Can we talk? This is the reason why I do not trust you. Do you think the blame is only on the woman for asking for 100 million naira? Would you ask for 100 million?
Oh, you're throwing it at me. I would not ask for 100 million. Why would I ask for 100 million? You can't demand for your husband coming all of a sudden to ask for the DNA. Like she said, there must be some character, maybe deficiency in your character. There must be a breakdown of trust for the man to wake up all of a sudden and want to conduct a DNA, either with your consent or without your consent. And if he asks for your consent, please grant him, let him go ahead. And if he come back positive, there is a breach in trust. Then where did this start from? When did you start distrusting me? Is it from my character? Did I display anything that will make you distrust me? Did my conduct make you not to trust me? You also have to look inward. That is it. You also have to look inward to see if you have any one point or the time or the other time to make a move that makes him to, not to trust you or to question your integrity. Now that he has done it, you sit him down. You have to talk. You made him sorry for what he did, but not you going as far as suing him to pay you 100 million. When he come to pay you that 100 million, and you still be in that marriage, how do you think you're going to relate in that marriage? Family are going to come in. This is not just about you and the man now. You now go to, to the extended family. How are you going to look at this man tomorrow and say, yeah, I eat your 100 million, nothing happened? And you think you'll be comfortable in that home?
No, I don't think in that case she will still remain in the marriage.
Thank you.
I do not think so.
So if you want to take a walk after that, maybe he's not trusting you, after doubting you and all that, if you want to take a walk, if you want to sue for divorce, go ahead and do it if you're done. And let him know that I'm suing for divorce because of so A and so Z. You understand? Let him know that this is what you did or this is what you do that make me to fight for divorce.
Okay. Ayo, let me come to you. Okay, so you have said you were not going to ask for 100 million naira compensation when it turns out to be that the children are his. But what will you do? You're not asking for 100% compensation. What's your decision? What would you have done if you were in that shoes?
So it brings me back to, in what context did the DNA matter arose? Was there conflict before then? Was there tension? You can't have a loving relationship and say you want to do DNA.
Okay.
You can't. So there's trust deficits, like Princess said. So once there's trust issues, it's either you work hand in hand, seek counseling to, salvage the marriage. If there's no trust in the marriage or in any relationship, business relationship or whatever relationship, there's no point for it. You understand? So now, let's now say what led to the man saying he wants DNA. I love what Princess said. You have to do introspection. Check yourself, what have I displayed? And sometimes, online counselors.
Okay, so I want to find out why you think it has to do with just the lady. Why didn't the man... you were suspecting your wife. There's this lack of trust all of a sudden because there's something you have seen or, something going on. Why don't you sit her down? Why do you just come up and say, go do a DNA test?
So it means that there's also the issue of context. What led to what? Is why I said there has to be a root cause analysis of what has led the man to make that demand. This is not exonerating the man at all. However, it's quite easy because as a woman, you know where you were before you met the man. You know at the time you met the man. You know if you went to see another man. So it's only the woman that can tell to a certain degree who the father of her child is or children. So, but having said that, for the man to come to say, I want to do DNA. I love when Princess said, the man has sorted her consent. Means there's room for resolution. Why? And if you people are mature enough, emotionally intelligent enough to want to salvage a relationship, be mindful of the action you take, whether he does DNA or not. The products of that marriage are those children, and they're more important than your ego or than whatever you're going through at the moment. So I would take that approach. I'll consider the mental health of my children as I consider the mental health of myself, not my ego, not my pride.
Another thing I see there, it doesn't always have to be or do with the woman. At times it's the man. Maybe he has some medical issue. You never can tell. Yeah, that's.
I was going to come there. You just took it off me.
Yeah, there. So maybe at a point he actually did not know his medical status, and along the line he had something took him to hospital and was able to find out his medical status, and now he began to question himself. When did this start? When did I start being not be able to? Yeah. Are you getting it? Absolutely. So he has to now flashback. You know, when he was a young man, some girls can just come and say, I'm pregnant for you. And, you know, some men will say, I've got this pregnant, I've got a pregnant, I'm very fertile. There are some, you know, they're not knowing that. So
he's loading the gun and somebody else is
shooting it.
Oh my God.
Somebody else is shooting it. And he's just loading empty catching.
You understand?
You can imagine that. So
okay, so if that's the situation,
okay,
the situation, of course, because he just maybe a doctor just told him you are this or you are that, you know, don't you think it would have been better he discusses with the wife and let her know why he's wanting her?
Oh, you never can tell what some men would do,
or even women would do.
We know when some men have the opportunity to bring down a woman, they leave no stone unturned. Now they will forget they are going to be at the receiving end eventually, because now these kids are yours, and you are happy that they are your children. Now you are going to strip yourself naked. He won't think of that initially. All he will be thinking is, I want to do DNA. I want to find out if this children are mine. You get it, and he just want to deal with the lady, disgrace the
embarrass
the woman. At that time,
it brings us back to the issue of unhealthy
relationship. So, but it's aftermath of the DNA that it will not dawn on him, like, what have I just done? You know, that will be medicine after death. And if you have a woman that is very firm, that is where this claim is coming from. A woman that is very firm, that was trying to cover your nakedness all along, so to say, and that's where she was okay. Now that it has come to this,
but the story says that the narrative says that you are sure he's the father of the children.
Oh,
so there's no nakedness.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the story. So the woman is actually sure the man is the father.
She didn't play around.
No, she didn't play around. She trusted herself.
Yes.
That is it.
So
what gives the man the impression that is these kids are not mine?
So if the man says that to me, the first thing is, sure, you go for DNA, but be sure that you're questioning my integrity as a woman and as your wife. What has led to this? Naturally, I'll be angry. Naturally, I will throw the tantrums of this world. But bottom line is, do I still love this man?
After all
he has said, we have not even done the DNA. He has just come to me. The fact that he has sought my consent tells me that he's trying to salvage the relationship.
Because I would have gone ahead without telling you.
That's it.
After all, they are his kids.
And you will never know.
No.
Until one day he will now brag about it, that you are here talking about, I did DNA on my children and on the kids. They are my children.
And trust me, they can brag.
And they can brag. And how would you feel that you now got to know later that he went to do DNA
behind you?
That is actually very devastating.
Very, very.
Okay, so both ladies are saying they will not ask for 100 million naira compensation. It would be nice to have listened or heard from other women out there to know I'm sure the Gen Z girls
and millennials,
and well, the Gen Z girls will ask for 100 million compensation. But anyway, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back to continue this discussion. Sit back. Welcome back. We're still here, WIC. We're still discussing the DNA. If you will be asking for 100 million compensation after your husband asks you to do a DNA, and of course you're very sure those children are yours, would you be asking for 100 million compensation, or you're just going to be upset and let it go because you love your husband? We would have loved to hear your response. But anyway, the women here are, let's say, representing you. It might not be 100%, but 80% representation. Okay, one word for the DNA, so we can move on. You say you're not going to be asking for a compensation. So what will you tell your husband?
So at this point, I sat on the inside. Do I still love this man? Do I still want this relationship? And what would be the fate of my children? Of course, we'll do the DNA. Being a woman of integrity and substance, I'll go for it. And but then we will have to work on building the trust again. And you will still remain in the marriage? Yes, if I still love the man. Okay, Edith, will you want to remain in the marriage? So I said, so if I still love the man, I meant to say that. Now, you know, love is very subjective. So I'll still remain in the marriage if the man is still of value to me.
Oh my God!
If the man is still of value
to you, if the man is still of value to
you, understand? You put the upsets on one side.
Mm.
Women learn to put the upset. Even me that I'm saying this, I'm teaching myself. Put the upsets on one side. Put it aside. Is this man of value? Is he a provider? Is he everything? So then I begin to check. You want to do your pros and cons.
You know, this time you're going to put everything on the table and begin to tick.
Yeah.
And this is the time for you to really have a reflection and begin to tick one by one. Are we doing this? Is this okay? Should we go ahead?
Ladies, my how do I say it? Anyway, let me leave it. Let me leave it at that, because you just got me when you said, I wasn't expecting that. When you said if the man is still of value to you.
Ah, yeah, at the end of the day.
I wasn't expecting that. But anyways, let's move on, Edith. Do you want to conclude on the DNA thing? Would you still be with your husband? Would you want to keep your husband if he's still of a value, or if you still love him? Which one?
Yeah, if they're still loving the marriage, it's a two-way thing. It's not just one way. Not whether I still love him. If he still loves me and I still have some amount of love for him, it's workable. Okay. I can still be in the marriage. But we have to talk.
You can still be in the marriage, but there must be a talk. There must be a discussion with coffee or tea, as you might want to have.
And he has to beg me,
of course.
Beg me well.
Okay, so we're going to the 100 million naira thing, because he has to beg. Is it just begging you?
No, that's transactional. You know, you can make it a transactional matter romantic. So I have done all of this. What led to this? The man coming to you to ask for, a DNA means that he still wants a relationship with you. He just wants to be sure. Something led him. So once we have treated that matter, now you have to win me all over.
Yeah.
You have to.
Does he have to buy you gifts?
You have to. Gift is understatement.
He has to win me. Mean he has to wow me all over, because I have to feel.
We have to start building that trust all over again.
You don't get it. You want to build the trust all over again. She wants to build the trust with him, wowing her, and then.
Yes, because you see, the truth of the matter is something gave on the inside of me. It's natural. You have questioned my integrity. And it's for someone who upholds herself as a woman of integrity, it's going to shatter me.
Of course.
So I love you, but you have to win me back.
And not just with talking to you. It's going to come with gifts.
even without the DNA issue, I'm winning you every day, because I'm going to be buying you a gift. You have to buy me a gift too. You're being kind, considerate.
Did you hear that? We'll talk here.
Anyway, let's leave the DNA for the man. And let's leave the 100 million naira compensation for the woman. It might be in a different way. It doesn't have to be 100 million naira compensation.
It can be kind.
But you could just woo me by, spoiling me with gifts, spoiling me with cash gifts, spoiling me with, getting me a beautiful car. Getting me a beautiful car to calm me down because, you didn't trust me.
Actually,
And that's not good. That's not good for marriage. You just have to trust me because there's love in the marriage. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to an everyday woman. How can an everyday woman help to shape the system? I mean, looking at Nigeria right now, the country needs help. The American has referred to Nigeria as a country with particular concern, and you hear people say women can actually help to build a damaged, let me not say the country, but a damaged relationship in a marriage or even, just relationship. Women are always there, or rather they're the ones that are able to build this relationship together. Okay, so now how can an everyday woman in this country help to shape the system, the economic system, everything about Nigeria? How can we help?
So I think I'm going to start first by identifying who the everyday woman is. Now, because Nigeria, average Nigerian would think, is that woman walking on the streets,
Of
the
course,
ordinary citizen. So there's that ordinary citizen as an everyday woman. There's that chairman of captain of industry as an everyday woman. Bottom line is, wherever strata you fall into, rich, poor, one thing that you need to have at the back of your mind as a woman, as a man, as a Nigeria, is that your allegiance is to the country, the entity called Nigeria. The first step is to build the mindset of the people, and that's what I do as a human development trainer. You see that Nigeria is so blessed with the human resources, but yet there's a huge deficit. How does that person contribute to the growth and development of the country? First, you begin a mindset shift. Remove the me.
True.
Begin to have kind consideration for others. Not sympathy, empathy. Where you build a society that thrives on empathy. That captain of industry, that CEO of an organization, the employer of labor, are you kind? There's a difference between being nice and being kind. A lot of people put up the facade of niceness without being kind. They're slave drivers. You now have that. So put that on the other side. So on your day-to-day, are you a kind person? I saw Prince and I was like, oh wow, you're beautiful.
True.
God spent over time on you, and I remember the day I met you, it was like, wow, it was like love at first sight.
True.
Be kind. You can never underestimate the power of kindness.
Your words.
Your words, your actions. Be a person of integrity as a woman. Women will say, I'm doing this for my children. You still, because of the children. Would you be proud to have a thief as a child? You're promiscuous because of a child. Would you be proud to have a promiscuous child? These are the things. Life is in phases. You go through ups and downs. But one thing is that the average woman, any woman, whether rich, poor, whether you're going through a downtime, you're oppressed, you're feeling oppressed, you're depressed, you are at your high, have at the back of your mind that value. You must have that value for self. Your self-value as a woman, self-value as a daughter, wife, single woman, married, it doesn't matter. Importantly, see yourself as a representative of that family unit. They say, no woman, no nation. No woman, no nation. So when you see women do things that are wrong, it breaks my heart. My sisters, a few times I've been in the ladies, you're using the restroom, and I'm maybe by the water faucet washing my hands, and you see women, grown women, exit the toilet cubicle and leave without washing their hands.
Yeah.
A few times I've been like, oh, excuse me, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like,
oh God,
it is very important.
God. That's something as basic as that. You must see yourself as a person of pride. You must feel the need to give account, not just to your family, to your establishment, to your community. Be part of the community where you live. You expect a better Nigeria. Do you expect Ogolese or Belenua to come and do it fix us for us? Change starts from you.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it for you. Edith, what is it for you?
Explicit. Okay, everyday woman, how... Please, can I get the question again?
Yes, how can everyday woman help to shape the system?
Shape the society. We can do that in diverse ways. She has just explained, she delved into a different angle. There are so many things we do. When you are a woman of integrity, there are certain things you should do to uphold that integrity. You can't just say you're a woman of integrity, you're this, and you're not doing things that will qualify you as a woman of integrity. How do you affect the society? By affecting your environment positively. Start being accountable to yourself. As a woman of integrity, you have to be accountable to yourself, to your immediate society, your family, then before your society. If you are not accountable to yourself and to your family, you won't be accountable to the society. Then do your bit. Just like you said, there are ghost drivers. There are some people that have domestic staff, the way they treat their staff. You as a neighbor, you just look at them and shake head. And there are also good people that have domestic staff. The way they treat their staff, you look at them and give them thumbs up. So how do you affect your society, your immediate family, your immediate staff, your staff? How do you treat them? That is the one way of affecting your society. Then you being a woman in the society, there is this, my upbringing, there is this way they taught us when you are in an environment, we say it takes a woman to bear a child, but it takes a community to raise a child. So that is, I feel, that's another way of affecting your society positively. You see another child going the wrong way, you look away. Are you affecting your society or your environment in a positive way? No. Whatever you can do to correct that child at that point in time, do it without mind knowing the parent or even want to know the parent.
Okay, so let me come in there, Edith. We're talking about how an everyday woman can shape the system or help shape the society. And you are talking about correcting children. Some mothers don't accept that. So I have come across a mother who was fighting her neighbor. I was driving past, I had to stop by and say, what's going on here? I needed to, women,
excuse me,
women, let me use the Yoruba language, I wanted to know what was going on. Okay, and this was this lady asking the daughter who just turned 15, but was wearing an exposing clothes to go out. And she called her back and said, no, I mean, this is too exposing to trek. If you're sitting in mommy's car, that'll be nice, but go back and wear something more covering. And then the mother came down from upstairs. Go and advise your own child. Leave my child. Did I beg you to advise my child? So in a situation like that, it's not every mother that accepts that you talk to their children.
It's different way of correction. I understand what you are saying. There are some parents out there, not just a mother, there are some parents that doesn't want you to talk to their children. They will ask their children not to greet anybody. There are some parents like that. So when it comes to affecting the society positively, I believe you do your bit, do your quarter, and do it very well.
Okay, do your bit, do your quarter, and do it very well. And then Ayo had said that she gave an example of someone using the toilet and she was there and she calls the person back. Do this. I mean, as little as it is. Thank you for being tuned today on WIC. We'll see you again next time. My name is Patricia Uru.
ITV, certainly the best.